Some rappers earn their reputation, others inherit it. But Lil Reese, his name became something else entirely. Not just a rapper, not just a street figure, but a whisper. In the early 2000s, one nickname started echoing through the South Side louder than most: the Grim Reaper of Chirac. Born Tavares Taylor, Lil Reese grew up in Englewood, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods on Chicago's South Side. He was raised inside the Calumet buildings, a 16-story high-rise surrounded by poverty, gang politics, and chaos. That wasn't just where he lived. That was his training ground. Reese didn't slowly drift into the streets. He was born into them. By the time he was a toddler, older guys were already throwing gang signs around him. By elementary school, he was smoking. By his early teens, he was fully embedded in street culture. Not playing it, living it. And alongside Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and Fredo Santana, Reese would become part of something that changed hip-hop forever. Around 2010, Chicago drill music exploded onto the internet. Low-budget visuals, aggressive delivery, real street names, no filters. When Reese appeared on I Don't Like with Chief Keef, it wasn't polished. It wasn't industry ready. It felt dangerous. The video looked like it was filmed in the middle of real life, because it was. And when it went viral, drill stepped onto the national stage. A remix featuring Rick Ross and Drake landed on a major mixtape. Reese wasn't just local anymore, he was national. Legendary producer No ID took notice. A Def Jam deal followed. From the Calumet buildings to Def Jam recordings. On paper, that's a success story, but Reese's life was never built for clean transitions. As his fame grew, so did something darker. His name started carrying weight in street conversations. After rising tensions with rival rapper Lil Jojo, Jojo was shot and killed in 2012. The internet immediately began connecting dots.
The victim, 18-year-old Joseph Coleman, known as Lil Jojo, he was shot by a drive-by shooter while riding his bike in Inglewood. Lil Jojo released this music video online that mocked rapper Lil Reese, associated with the biggest star in the city's hip-hop scene, Chief Keef. Jojo's song 300K targeted Reese, Keef, and their 300 squad. Keef responded to Jojo's death on Twitter yesterday. He made light of it and wrote he was laughing. Police are reportedly investigating a connection between his comments and the death.
Then DJ Academics amplified the narrative, publicly dubbing Reese the Grim Reaper of Chirac, suggesting that whenever Reese called someone out, they didn't last long. Was it myth? Coincidence? Street politics? No one could prove anything. But perception becomes reality fast in drill culture. Reese leaned into it. He even tattooed the Grim Reaper on his arm. The image stuck, but fame and fear attract attention, and attention brings law enforcement. From 2012 onward, Reese's life became a revolving door of arrests. Probation, traffic stops, gun charges, drug allegations. Some cases were beaten, some were dropped, but the pattern was clear. He was balancing rap fame with street proximity. Eventually, distance grew between him and the industry. Though many believed Def Jam dropped him, Reese later claimed he chose to leave after a studio gun incident reportedly cost the label thousands. Independent money felt better. But freedom? That was harder to keep. In 2018, authorities raided his apartment. Cash seized, pressure mounting, and then real tragedy hit. In January 2018, Fredo Santana died. For Reese, that loss cut deep, but pain in Chicago rarely comes alone. November 11th, 2019, Country Club Hills, Illinois. An intersection. A car pulls up beside Reese's vehicle. Gunshots ring out. He's hit in the neck. Rushed to the hospital. Listed in critical condition. The city holds its breath.
Rapper was shot this afternoon in the south suburbs.
Tavares Taylor, better known as Lil Reese, is in critical condition this hour at Advocate Christ Medical Center with a gunshot wound in the neck.
Witnesses say the rapper was targeted by a gunman who pursued him through traffic, opening fire with a small rifle at a busy intersection in Country Club Hills.
4 days later, he walks out alive. He goes live on Instagram, silent, showing the stitches in his neck. His voice damaged, his body scarred, but breathing. He later said he didn't even realize he'd been shot at first. Just felt blood running down his neck. That moment could have ended everything. It didn't. Because in May 2021, he was caught in another shootout inside a downtown Chicago parking garage. 3 people shot. Reese grazed near the eye. Again. He survived, twice in 2 years. For some, that reinforced the myth. For others, it showed how thin the line really was. In 2023, a viral clip surfaced of Reese and associates harassing a homeless man. The backlash was immediate. This time, it wasn't street politics. It was public opinion. Reese apologized. Later, he filmed himself giving back, handing out food and money to the homeless. Whether it was growth or damage control, people debated, but the cracks in his image were visible. And then came legal trouble far heavier than internet criticism. In 2024, Reese was arrested in Houston after an incident involving an ex-girlfriend at a nightclub. The allegations were serious. He was accused of strangling an ex-girlfriend. He denied everything. His attorney maintained his innocence. But in October 2024, a jury found him guilty, giving him a 5-year sentence. Projected release in 2029. Possible parole in 2026. From drill pioneer to prison inmate, a trajectory that has become painfully familiar in hip-hop. Lil Reese helped pioneer a sound that reshaped global rap. Without Chicago drill, you don't get UK drill's explosion. You don't get Brooklyn drill's dominance. You don't get the aggressive wave that defined an entire era. But his career has always been intertwined with the streets that made him. The mythology, the violence, the survival, the losses, the legal battles. He survived shootings that would have ended most lives. He lost friends who didn't make it. He built a legacy while constantly standing at the edge of collapse. Now his story sits in pause, behind bars, but not finished, because in Chicago, legends aren't always clean. Sometimes they're complicated. Sometimes they're cautionary. And sometimes they're both.